Welcome to BT Podcasts. In this episode, find out what the strategies are to ensure the long-term security and prosperity of wealthy families. This episode is brought to you by UOB Private Bank.
The number of wealthy people in Asia hit a record high in 2023, and more of these families are directing their efforts towards institutionalizing the management of their family wealth. What does that mean, really? Maybe they're increasingly focusing on wealth preservation and resilience to ensure the long-term security and prosperity of their families. We need more insights from the experts. Angela Koh is Head of Wealth Planning and Family Office Advisory at UOB Private Bank. I'm Howie Lim, and this is BT Podcast by the Business Times. Angela, thanks for your time.
Hello, Howie. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure's all ours. Talk to us about then how critical it is that succession planning is to long-term success and why it's so critical.
Howie, succession planning is crucial for the long-term success because it ensures business continuity and stability during leadership transitions, whether it's anticipated or unexpected. So identifying and grooming the right successor minimizes disruptions and enables a smooth handover when new leadership takes charge. And this is especially important when the successor has been well trained, knows the business inside out, and is ready to take on the challenges that comes with a leadership change. So for a business to thrive and stay on course, the new leader needs to be able to motivate key employees, drive the strategy, and adapt swiftly to changing market conditions. So a well-executed business plan not only strengthens the company's operational stability, but also boosts its reputation amongst key stakeholders, whether it's investors, whether it's clients, or even employees of the company itself. Stakeholders are more likely to maintain their support and confidence in a company that demonstrates forward-thinking leadership planning.
I'm going to make a few assumptions though, Angela, although we know what assumptions are, right? A family business would assume that they would want a family member to take over. And also, given that it's a family business with family members running it, they should have succession planning done already. Why is that a misnomer?
Indeed, because while it might seem natural to assume that family-led businesses have succession planning under control, this is quite often a misconception because family businesses face unique challenges due to personal dynamics at play, and this can make succession planning even more complex than other types of organizations. Many of these businesses tend to rely heavily on a single leader, whether it's the founder, whether it's a key family member, or an identified professional. And unlike larger corporations with established governance structures and formal succession processes, succession planning is often neglected, creating significant risk during leadership transitions. This lack of formality in many family businesses also leads to gaps in preparation for future leadership, and they tend to operate very much informally with a higher ratio of family members to professionals, especially at the senior management levels. And this close integration between family and management often complicates leadership transitions as family and family dynamics become deeply intertwined with the business operation itself. Another factor is the culture, particularly in Asia, and this adds another layer of complexity. Values like filial piety, respect for elders, makes it very difficult for younger generations to address potential succession issues, even when they are really aware of the gaps that's in place. The reluctance to engage in difficult conversations about mortality, about retirement, about leadership abilities often delays crucial planning as families seek to preserve harmony and avoid conflict. And ultimately, without proactive management and formalized succession strategies, family businesses may find themselves unprepared for future challenges.
Sounds difficult. What then can they do? Short of, bringing in non-family members maybe, which still might be a move that will be resisted, right?
Actually, I feel a sustainable legacy starts very much with a clear vision of what the family wants to achieve and be remembered for. It is not just about financial wealth. It is about the values, it's about purpose, and the societal impact the family can create by using their resources, both, financial capital and the human capital of the family. So when family members are aligned with that vision, decision-making naturally follows a shared purpose. Strong governance is also key. So structures like family councils and advisory boards help ensure decision-making is disciplined and transparent. But these frameworks really need to be flexible and be able to adapt to changing circumstances, whether that's shifting regulatory requirements or evolving family dynamics. We always find that regular reviews need to be conducted to ensure that the governance framework that's in place stays relevant. So preparing the next generation is crucial. Beyond formal education is about financial literacy, is about leadership training and instilling family values. And we also find that involving the younger members in discussions very much early on helps them to understand how decisions are made and gives them a sense of ownership in the family's wealth. We also stress stewardship over ownership, and each generation bears the responsibility of managing the family's wealth responsibly and ensuring that it is passed on to future generations with the same care and dedication guided by the family's values and purpose. And of course, there's a broader impact. A sustainable legacy very often includes a commitment to philanthropy and social responsibility. We find that when family members sees the positive impact their wealth has on society, it really strengthens their motivation to work together and expand that impact, reinforcing the family's legacy for future generations.
We're speaking to Angela Koh, Head of Wealth Planning and Family Office Advisory at UOB Private Bank. More about the sophisticated wealth management strategies they may have and also how they're helping family businesses out. More in a moment.
And now, back to BT Podcasts, brought to you by UOB Private Bank.
Angela Koh is the Head of Wealth Planning and Family Office Advisory at UOB Private Bank. Angela, what sort of sophisticated wealth management strategies would UOB Private Bank employ to help these family businesses, build their sustainable legacy, plan successfully for long-term success?
Howie, at the UOB Private Bank, we take a very tailored approach to wealth management. And to help our clients achieve generational success, we focus heavily on estate and succession planning, as well as wealth preservation. So tools like trusts, family offices, wills, powers of attorneys, and shareholder agreements allow us to help families not only to grow and protect their wealth, but also ensure that future generations are prepared and able to work together harmoniously. Another key area for us is tax optimization and structuring. So as families become more globally connected with members, with their businesses and investments spread across various regions, structuring assets in a tax-efficient and compliant manner is crucial. And this approach helps to maximize wealth growth while minimizing the impact of estate and inheritance taxes during generational transfers, especially, from one generation to another. So for some families, a private trust company, advisory boards, or even a family charter might be necessary to meet their specific goals. But we always remind clients that a well-crafted will and a trust is a great starting point, and when done right, can be an incredibly effective tool for succession planning over generations.
I'm assuming UOB Private Bank sort of holds the hand of the family businesses through this, because it's all sounding quite complicated, to be honest, Angela.
We do. At the private bank, we journey alongside our clients with a forward-thinking approach to succession planning. As a third-generation owned financial institution, we understand what it takes to achieve generational success. And this shared experience enables us to connect with our clients' needs and providing solutions that resonate. Through our extensive networks and our corporate banking strength, we're able to connect our clients to opportunities in ASEAN. And with access to the expertise and resources of the broader UOB network, we are well positioned to support the high net worth families across Asia, tapping into the region's unique dynamics. Generational success really starts with early planning. And at UOB Private Bank, we are committed to being right by our client. We believe in long-term relationships, and that includes guiding and partnering each generation towards that goal.
How early is early though, Angela? Let's say I start a company today. Should I think about succession planning already? I mean, I know my company is not successful yet, but...
It's never too early. because one never knows what can happen. We have, a situation where clients suddenly pass on because of a plane crash. And we always believe that education of your children starts very much early on in life. And that education is really key to getting them prepared because they understand how the business is run. They understand the values of the family and the purpose of why things are done in a certain way.
Sound advice, Angela. I wish we had more time. Thank you for sharing your insights with us today.
You're most welcome, Howie. It's been a pleasure, and thanks again for having me.
Angela Koh, Head of Wealth Planning and Family Office Advisory at UOB Private Bank. I'm Howie Lim. This has been BT Podcast from the Business Times.
This episode of BT Podcasts was brought to you by UOB Private Bank. Find more BT Podcasts at businesstimes.com.sg/podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is meant to provide general information only. SPH Media accepts no liability for loss arising from any reliance on the podcast or use of third parties' products and services. Please consult professional advisors for independent advice.